Alrighty, folks, it is time for the next installment of the Cosmetic Closet. This time it will be featuring the engineer. We're going to start with my MVM loadout. I slightly modified it more to be more of a wastelander, if you will. Got the Pit Boy, the Sharp Trash, or the Trash Toter, and then the Timeless Topper. I think it gives off a decent Fallout vibe to it. And then this, you could exchange it for a couple other items. I don't really know what exactly I would put because I really like this look. But if you wanted to be a trash tycoon, you could probably go galvanized gibbous or any of the metal hats for NG would work here. But I try to keep the timeless topper as the selected hat. Next, because of this, it's that time of year, we got my Spaceman loadout with the Captain Spaceman, the Final Frontier Freighter, and the Pit Boy once again making another return. And I was thinking about it. There's other cosmetics that you can use instead of the Pit Boy. I just don't really have all of the miscs for heavy or for NG. So like you could probably do the life support or something else. And the nice thing with this one is that it hides the spellbook rather well. Also because it is the spaceman, you have to use the spaceman weapons. Pew 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 pew. And next up we got on the list is this was my newest attempt for a loadout, and I really wasn't sure what to throw in here because I went to paint the mastermind, but instead of painting the skin, it paints the brain. So I really wasn't sure where I was going with this one apart from a Frankenstein's monster-esque. I mean, there you can throw the flared frontiersman on there and it looks all right. The half pants kind of clip a little weirdly for me, so I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Only other one I thought was holstered heaters, but it doesn't, it looks all right, but it just still looks off. So that's why until I can figure out what the best choice would be, I'm either going to go the Soul of Spencer's Past or, as you guys saw, the strange Balluna Corpse. And for this loadout here, we are going to use this is just my everyday loadout that I enjoy with the Sophisticated Smoker, the Cold Case, and the Dead of Night. But specifically, I go for the dark version. Yeah. From here, we will go to probably the most iconic loadout for all engineers, the Uncle Dane. You guys have seen this way too many times before. And I did not waste my paint on it, so apologize that it's not 100% accurate and I don't have the unusuals or the strangers in these either. That's my bad. I just didn't want to have to go through a lot of trying to track down all of the proper components for this. But next, another Halloween loadout that I was messing with was a cowboy loadout. And with this one, it pretty much centers around the Pony Express. Now, fun fact with the Pony Express, if you use paint on it, it paints like the tail, the tuft of hair on the top of the head, and like the mane and all that. It's pretty interesting. But so for this one, I just went with Texas 10 gallon and Western wraps with the Pony Express. But you can swap this out for the holstered heaters. That works too. And then Do-do-do-do-do. You can also swap the holstered heaters out if you have it the Wild West waistcoat. It's a pretty good one. And the hat, there's so many different hats that you can swap it out for, like the hat with no name, the old geezer, the western wear. I mean, hell, the timeless topper works. If you're going with the Halloween loadout, you can throw Snaggletooth Stetson on there, and don't look too bad. But if you're gonna do that, I would say throw a beard on there, make you look a little more Bayou. As long as you don't use this ever, please. If you do, get some help. Like goddamn. But yeah, this one, it has a lot that you can do with it. Like how the Macho Man doesn't look too bad with it. Let's see if do I got another. The Lawn Maker's alright hat, but it doesn't really fit in the context of what we're going for with this one. I mean, hell, even the level 3 chin you can make work with the if you do the level 3 chin. You're the chunky cowboy. And from there we go on to the Vacationeer with the Aloha apparel, the cold case, and the undercover brawly. Except I was thinking about this, you can swap out the brawly for a lot of different hats in this case. Like the aquarium is an entertaining one to swap it to. Then the other one that I was messing with while looking at this was just throwing my summer shades up on there. Though, doesn't really always look the most spot on for what it could be. Or you could throw on the level 3 chin again. I don't really like this cosmetic, but it's usable in a lot of things. Now venturing back, we got the Underminer's coat, the Texas 10 gallon, and the Flared Frontiersman. This is kind of more a wintry western loadout, or a high altitude western loadout, if you is another way to describe it. Because instead of like the 10 gallon, you could throw on the timeless topper. Doesn't look too bad. Or another good one for this would be the. Where the heck is it? Sorry, I'm trying to find it. You could do the Big Country. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but it doesn't look like the worst hat possible for it. Like Kris Kringle would work too. Or the Colonel Kringle. There it is. Dust Bowl Devil. You can throw that on there. And it don't look too bad. This one adds a little bit of life to it. Like just enough to make you notice it. And there's no clipping between the belt buckle and the Underminer's coat, so it's very nice. It's a good one. Then here's just a generic winter loadout. You can swap out the insulated innovator with like the Dead of Night So Stompers, and then whatever Christmas hat that you want. Like the Antarctic eyewear, even though I can't stand that freaking hair. But the other thing is that you can swap that out with the Tundra top is also a good look for this. I think the Tundra top is a underrated hat. Once again, the Colonel Kringle, Jolly Jester of Christmas, the holiday season, or the neckwear headwear. Doesn't look too bad. And then the insulated innovator, like I said, you can swap that out with the Dead of Night, and it looks just as dashing. Although for this one, I'd probably switch to light just to match up with the Snow Stompers a little better. Even though, preferably, I do like the dark version. Next up, we have the Sentryman. This is specifically the mini Sentryman with the aim assistant, the head of defense, and the sightliner all there for you. Then the only other hat that I thought of switching out the head of defense with was the Tin 1000. Kind of helps complete, it gives you more of that robot vibe to it, if you will. I think it's a pretty good one. And from here, we will be going to, these will be the last three that I'm going to do. So before we finish this up, I'd like to say thank you all for watching. And if you could find it in your hearts to go down below into the comment section and say hello or goodbye. That would be very nice to know that you guys are still around. Because you guys have been really fucking quiet lately. I don't really have, like, no clue on why you guys won't talk to me. But from there, we'll go back to another Western loadout with the Texas half pants. And the Western wraps in the 10-gallon. And, like, you can swap this out for just about any hat, like the Dust Bowl Devil. And then the Western wraps you can swap out if you have, like, say the Wild West waistcoat. There was a couple. I thought there was one more. Oh yeah, the Eggheads overalls would look all right with this. I don't know how well the Dad Duds would, but I think this one looks pretty good just as is. Or if you wanted to swap it out for a beard, wouldn't look too bad. And from there, we will go on to the Businessman. At least that's how I think of this. Only other hat that I could think of, like, really apart from, like, any of, like, this, or, no, this one won't look the best if I don't skip over it. This one doesn't look the best, but in lieu of me actually having it, I'd say you could throw in the Texas Slims Dome Shine, so just turn them bald, or the, where the heck did it go? Why am I blanking on the name? I lost it. And instead of the tie, you could do the idea tube as well, since it goes across your back. It works with the builder's blueprints. But instead of the provisions cap or anything else, you could do the pencil pusher. Would look pretty good with this too. Which all it does is give the NG a receding hairline and put a pencil right there. And then another loadout. This is the I'll be home for the holidays more or less. Yeah, the cold weather or cool warm sweater, the winter backup, and the Telfrager's torque. There was one thing though on the rest, because like you could, like, once again you can throw the insulated innovator on, or the dead of night if you have one. Once again, like, all the Christmassy hats apply here. But there was a couple that I was thinking that would actually work rather well here for, like, your wintry Christmassy loadouts that are all pretty nice in general. One of them being, why can't I'm having trouble thinking of names, folks. I'm sorry. Yeah, the winter backup though, I think was probably one of the better finds for the NG that I had, and just like how usable it is, because you don't, it doesn't exclusively have to be put on a winter loadout. it can be used on just about anything, but it feels like it helps complete a winter loadout. But instead of the Dead of Night or like just for your miscellaneous chest piece for the NG, you could do the endothermic exowear or the thermal insulation layer. Both of those are pretty good alternatives. Unfortunately, I could not get my hands on one before I started this recording, which saddens me just a little bit. Or the other one that I was gonna say would work very well with this would be the Antarctic Researcher. And I'll be honest, that's about all I got for this, apart from the BMD or something like that. The Universal Santa hat would work with this too. But that is all I got for you guys today. So I do hope you enjoyed checking out all these NG loadouts that I found and that I'm trying to workshop into being something better than what it is. But that is all I got for you guys today. So I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.